plural noun proposition papers. Today we're going to talk about how we write plural noun proposition papers while watching Dirty Jobs. And so Dirty Jobs is one of our class curriculums. We use the Dirty Jobs YouTube site to watch the episode, watch the show, and then write a proposition paper about the show. And so how does that work? How do we want our students to approach it? Again, we're asking for a response paper. This is a response paper, so it's about a one-page paper. Really, we're just looking for a summary of the show, and with that, there's some latitude. You can talk about why you like the show. You could talk about why you didn't like the show. You could just summarize the show. It doesn't matter, just as long as you kind of highlight 3 key points or 3 key words, just summarizing what the show was about, maybe what you learned or gleaned from the episode. Remember, how do we write a plural noun proposition paper? Well, it doesn't change even if we're watching a video or an episode, and we really do this because we want to develop your critical thinking skills. When you're sitting there watching something, even though it may be entertaining, we want you to glean some value from it, right? And so we go back to our 5-point outline or the 5 steps or aspects to writing a plural noun proposition paper. The first thing is determine the proposition of your paper. Second thing is you compose the outline of your paper. Third, prepare the body of your paper. Fourth, write the introduction of your paper. And then finally, you formulate the conclusion of your paper. Like always, we're going to begin with brainstorming. But even before the brainstorming, in order to get to the brainstorming page, we would highly encourage you that you take Cornell notes, that you would use our Cornell note system to take notes while you're watching the episode. If you take good notes, if you take good Cornell notes, putting the main parts in the body, you have the left-hand margin where you can kind of highlight key words, key phrases, which could then become your plural noun proposition. And on the bottom, there's a summary. You'll already be way ahead of the game when you come to your brainstorming. In fact, you may even already have your 3 brainstorming points before you get there. But we highly encourage you to write down on a sheet of paper in the upper hand corner, whatever the question is. If it's, what are the 3 points of the show? What's the summary of the show? What do you like about the show? What don't you like about the show? Write that on the top of the page. That way when you're brainstorming, you don't lose track. Then we get our 3 points from the brainstorming. We want to start developing good proposition statements or good proposition sentences, opening sentences. So we want to start there. Then we get to now the point where we can start composing the outline, right? And so our Roman numeral 1, Roman numeral 2, Roman numeral 3, those are our main proposition points, right? So we determine the proposition. We've written 3 sentences, and now the A and the B are going to be the sentences that support your theory, that support your summary of the show. You're going to begin with an opening paragraph, right? So now that you've got, you've brainstormed, you've got your plural noun proposition, you've got your statements, it's like, okay, let's go back and write a good, impactful introduction, right? So maybe you twist it. Instead of saying, today I watched, an episode of Dirty Jobs, it was about septic tank cleaning. You could change to the 3 dynamic aspects of cleaning up after people use the bathroom, I don't know, or the 3 stinky reasons why I would never want to be a septic tank owner. So you get the picture. So opening paragraph, sentence 1, capture their attention, and that's why that if you can come out of the gate with a strong statement, at least get my interest, right? Septic, I don't want to read a paper about septic tanks, so maybe you can spice it up. Right? The spicy lifestyle of the sweet aroma of a septic tank operator. Answer questions or ask questions. Why would anybody want to be a septic tank operator? Here are 3 reasons why. It's a phenomenal career. direct to the purpose, have a purpose, right? Get straight to the point. Summarize the lecture. Make sure you are giving a good summary of the show. The show is a lecture. The show is a proposition. All you have to do is take notes and follow the show's script, and that's the outline of your paper. So the body of your paragraph, now we're going to start putting some meat, right? Some meat on these propositions. Support your proposition. These are sentences usually related to the reasons given. So in the show, Mike Rowe is going to make probably a positive, presentation of why septic tank technicians or cleaners, why it's a good profession. So support those statements, support those comments, bring in facts. Why or how does this reason apply to the topic, right? You've given 3 reasons. Make sure they apply to the topic. How does it relate to me? Is there any way that this might relate to me? And so if you can or want to, you can do that. Give a good explanation, how it works, right? Maybe part of that introduction is, what is a septic tank technician? Maybe you don't know. Maybe you don't know that a septic tank technician actually removes the bathroom waste from your home. Give an explanation of how it works. What's the benefit? What's the benefit to me and others? That's part of your supporting statements. And then formulate the conclusion of your paper. So wrap up these ideas. Give those final concluding statements. Give those final concluding ideas. Maybe you're going to restate or summarize your thesis. The reason why I enjoyed today's show about the septic tank technician are boom, 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 or, the reason why the greatest profession in the world is septic tank technician is because, as I promised, you get the picture. Restatement, summary of the thesis, and then ask yourself, did I present it well? Did I make a good presentation? Remember, you are trying to win a debate. You are trying to win a verdict. You're trying to make a point here. That's part of what will make your paper really pop and jump out and make me or somebody else want to read your paper or listen to your debate. It's one of the things that we forget in life is that, the idea of somebody asking you a question and you just giving an answer, that's not good enough. If you're actually trying to win somebody over to your opinion, then maybe you should be winsome. We see this all the time. We watch debates. Maybe you watch a presidential debate, and it's like one guy over here, he may have all the right answers, but he's aggressive, he's rude, he's impolite, he interrupts. And so from a winsome standpoint, that's not appealing. It doesn't win me over. This guy doesn't say anything, but he seems like a nice guy. He wins. Tell me why I should agree with you. It's very, very important in your conclusion. Again, in your conclusion, what is the overall benefit? The overall benefit to being a septic tank technician is you put in a good day's work and you get a great income from it. Is that important? Is a great income important? Being able to spend time with your family and friends after work or over the weekends, maybe that's what it's all about. Counter any argument that there might be. If you're trying to tell me that being a septic tank operator is a good thing, you're probably going to have to overcome the stinkiness of it, the disgusting aspect of what it is, right? It's just gross. And so be ready to answer that argument. And then finally, just a powerful exclamation or call to action. You need to become a septic tank technician today, right? Something like that. It's like, wake me up. Your paper is going to look like this, a 1-page paper. Basically, 5 simple paragraphs, an introduction, 3 key points, and a conclusion. And so that's the way we want our dirty jobs, plural noun propositions to look like.